Hello, in this video I'm gonna show you the first things that you should do after setting up your Honor 400 Lite. So as you can see, my setup process was just finished. I can click on finish and I am in the system right now. And the first things will help you to make your device run better, to have a better experience, and also to have everything behind you. So if there's anything that you need to configure, we'll do that now. And the first thing is connecting to Wi-Fi. Most probably you already have done that, but if you haven't, go to the settings. Go to the settings application and then go to Wi-Fi and select the Wi-Fi network you want to connect to. Once that's done, you should update your device because updating your device is important to make it run smoothly, securely, and have the newest features. So we should simply scroll all the way down and go to System and Updates, then go to Software Update, and it will start checking for available software updates. You can see that it says my software is up to date. If yours is not, you'll have a button to download and install. First it'll start downloading, and you can continue to use your phone in the process of downloading, but later it'll prompt you to restart your phone in order to apply the update. Once you restart it, you can just click on the reboot or on notification. After that, everything will be applied and your phone will be updated. Now, let's go back to, you can see on the home screen there's Play Store, and if you already are logged in with Google account, you can go into the Play Store. If you're not, then you should go to Settings, Accounts, and if under Personal you don't have an account, then it means you don't have a Google account logged in, and you need it in order to use Google Play Store, which we'll need in a moment to update or install apps. But also, Google account is pretty useful, especially if your phone, for example, gets lost. Then you can log into your Google account on another device and use the Find My service, which lets you track your lost or stolen device, and you can also erase it or play a sound off of it or just lock it or locate it, as I said. So let's click on Add Account, then click on Google. Now you should sign into the account or create it if you don't have it. So I'm just gonna simply enter my email since I already have the account. And then I'm also gonna enter my password. Now select who will be using this device, either you or your child, so select what's appropriate. If you select your child, then probably the further steps will vary a bit, but they will be pretty intuitive, so you can set it up pretty simply. Then click on Next, and you need to agree to the terms of service in order to add the account. And now it'll load for a moment. Then it'll ask you for Google services. So if you want to backup device data, select that. If you don't know, then I'd recommend leaving that enabled, so if anything happens to your device, then you won't lose your data. Let's click on Accept, and now my Google account is added, so we can go to the Play Store. In the Play Store, I'm gonna click on Get Started, and then I'm gonna skip installing additional apps and select whether you want to use your Google account password or phone's biometrics like fingerprint or face unlock in order to verify purchases on Google Play Store. And I don't have biometrics set up just yet, so I'm gonna use the password, but in a moment I'm gonna show you how to set up your biometrics. And now I have entered my password to verify. Then click on your profile icon in the top right corner and go to my apps and games. I know it has crashed now, and it's because Play Store is updating itself at the moment. it's pretty common, like fresh after setting up your phone, that the Play Store is updating indeed. So I'm just gonna try opening it again. Okay, I was able, so let's click on the profile icon, top right corner, manage apps and device, and find updates available. I'm gonna click on update all, so I just don't need to care about it. And in the process of updating apps, you can still continue to use your phone. So let's set up the biometrics as I have promised. Just go to settings, then biometrics and password. And I don't have my lock screen password set yet, so let's go to lock screen password first. And I can either enter a 6-digit PIN or change the unlock method to enter a 4-digit PIN, custom PIN, pattern or password. But before you do that, please make sure that you set it to something that you can remember, because in case you forget it, then there will be no way to restore it besides erasing everything on your phone. So just make it something that you can remember, but I think it's still worth having a screen lock so no one else besides you has access to your phone. I'm gonna set it to something pretty simple, but if you feel like it, then you can set it to something more difficult as long as you can remember it. You need to enter it twice, then click on done. Now it is set. I'm gonna cancel the fingerprint because I'm gonna go into that myself. Just click on fingerprint ID if you want to set it up, and first of all, it is pretty secure. Also, it's very convenient. You're gonna see that in a moment. So let's enter the screen lock if we want to set the fingerprint. Then click on new fingerprint, add fingerprint. Then there is a notice on screen protector. So if you're using a third-party screen protector, there's a chance that the fingerprint sensor may not work properly, but you can still try it because there's a chance it will still work. Because this is a Lite sensor and you need to just tap on the sensor which is underneath the screen several times, and remember to move your finger between each scan. And I've mentioned that this sensor is Lite sensor because there are two types of it, and the Lite sensor actually works with most of the screen protectors, so you don't need to worry about it too much. Now you can see that my enrollment is successful. I can click on OK. Then I'm gonna cancel the face recognition, and I'm gonna cancel it for right reason. Of course, if you want, you can set it up, but I wouldn't recommend it because this phone only bases on the camera. I know it looks like it has more than a camera, but no, it only bases on the camera. Which means that your phone can be unlocked with a photo of you or by someone who looks similar to you. There are phones on the market that are based on IR sensors, which make it pretty secure, but this one only bases on the camera, so I wouldn't recommend setting it up. But if you really need it, then you can do it. Then I'm gonna show you how to unlock your phone in the two methods. The first one is just clicking on the power button, swiping up, and entering your screen lock. The fingerprint method simply works by tapping in the correct spot, and you can see your screen doesn't really have to be on. But I don't think it works as fast if your screen is off. Let's see if it works faster if my screen is on. No, it still takes some time, but it's just a thing that you need to get used to. Now let's get to another thing. You might have noticed that my wallpaper sort of changes, or is like, you know, different each time. So what I like to do is disable that feature. I know some people will like it, so you can just skip to another step, but I don't like this feature, so I can simply disable it, and I don't really remember where to find it, but I'll probably find it. Okay, it's in settings, home screen and style, magazine and lock, I believe, and if I disable it, let's see if it now works fine. Yes, it has the same wallpaper as I have on my home screen, so it's fine. And now let's also customize our wallpaper, because why not? I think that many people do customize their wallpaper. So you can set a wallpaper either from the photos provided by Honor, because Honor has like a library in the settings of available wallpapers, but I think the best one is your personalized one. And in order to set it, you can either download a photo from the internet, you might have transferred it from your previous phone, or take the photo now. So let's take a photo now, just to have anything to set, because I don't really have anything like on my phone. I've just set it up. By the way, I don't know if you can see it, but the camera on this phone is pretty great. This photo really turned out well. And now we can go to the settings. Let's find the settings. Okay, now home screen and style. Lock screen style, I guess. And then wallpaper. And as wallpaper, you can set a photo, as I said. Wait, because there's like the home lock screen and home screen. Okay. If we finally got to this point, then it's great. You can see there are 3 places. Let's go to the lock screen first. You can just click on lock screen style and either set something from Honor, as I said, or go to gallery. I'm gonna go to all photos, select my photo, and I think it looks pretty great. I can pinch it to crop or move it with 2 fingers. I think it's fine now. I can also customize the clock. I think it's great this way. And for the home screen, you can either set a pair, so it'll copy the one from the lock screen. You can also blur it out if you want. But I don't think I like it. You can instead set a different photo. So you can click on photo. If you click on it again, then you can set something else that there is right now. And you can change icon style to layout and effects, but I'm not gonna dive too deep into that. Then you can also change the system display to change the corner roundness. I think it's great now. Then click on done. And now the phone is customized, so let's get to some other things, which is, for example, setting up Google Pay. And Google Pay is very useful if you want to use your phone to tap to pay in stores, so you don't have to reach out to your wallet for your physical payment card. You just use your phone, and it is pretty secure since it's bank authorized, provided by Google, and requires your phone to be unlocked in order to use it. So let's first check if we have the Google Wallet app, and we can find out in probably the Google folder or some other folders. Let's just see that. I don't think I have it, so I can simply go to the Play Store, then go to search and search for Google Wallet. Now, since we have found it, I think we have. Okay, let's click on install. And after it installs, I'm gonna get back to you. And now the app is installed, so let's click on open. And then wait a moment and you'll have a button to add to wallet. And once you click on it, you can select payment card and then then either scan your credit card or debit card with your camera, or you can simply enter the details manually. Once you do it and read all the notices that are written below, you will need to verify with your bank via message, phone call, or the bank app. And right after that, we'll be able to simply pay in stores with tap to pay after opening the wallet app. So you need to open the wallet app first, then it'll let you pay. And also, if you slide down from the right top part of your screen, then we can see if there is an option to add the wallet to the quick menu. So I'm gonna slide down again. Let's see if there's like the wallet app. It's not here, but if I edit it with the edit button, I think that, yes, you can see there is the wallet switch. I can simply put it somewhere, click on done, and now in the control center, which in order to open you need to slide down from the right top part of your screen, you can find the wallet and use this button to quickly open the wallet and then tap your phone to the reader. Now let's uninstall some bloatware, because you can see there's not too much apps, but you can find some unimportant apps that you may want to get rid of. So in top apps folder, all of these apps are just up to your preference. If you want to leave any of those, feel free to do it, but if you want to uninstall any of those, press and hold and click on uninstall if you don't need them. So you can just get rid of them, it's up to you. But then Facebook, Booking.com, TikTok, and all of these also can be uninstalled. I would highly recommend uninstalling RealShort, because it's very poorly made app which requires you to pay a lot to watch some poorly made movies. So yeah, it's just up to you. I'm gonna uninstall these. And then the voice access is actually a system app, so I don't think you can uninstall it. And besides that, all the other apps on the phone are system apps, so they should leave, I think. But if you press and hold on something and it displays uninstall, then you can also get rid of that. But I wouldn't recommend uninstalling the system apps, because you may corrupt your system. Now let's go to the last step, which I don't see here. There should be a notification on finish setting up your device. If it shows in your case, then click on it and finish setting up your device indeed. But now let's go to battery as well and see if we have anything to set. So that may be in the battery optimization. No, not here. Maybe more battery settings. So it's smart charge. I would highly recommend setting it to smart charge, so your phone battery has a higher longevity. And I hope that video was helpful. That's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.